Hi guys, Brett Parker here, Handicapped Scratch. Today I've got a brand new video. I've not done anything like this before, but basically I need your help. So I've got golf opens this weekend. It is absolutely manic. There's going to be a few of these videos coming up on my channel, so if you can help, check out my channel now. There's 3 different opens that are on there at the minute. I need help with Conwy Golf Club, Royal St David's Harlock and Prestbury Golf Club. So I've never played any of these 3 and I've got all 3 in an open this weekend. So stay tuned. This one's going to be Conwy. Fingers crossed we can get a decent score going and get a good open result under our belt. So stay tuned and we're going to go through it now. Okay, so fingers crossed the mic in the webcam will hold up and work. So the one we're going to look at, like as I mentioned, is Conwy Golf Club. This is the one that's going to be in this video. I've got 2 more videos to come, which are going to come out in quick succession because of how packed this open weekend is, if you like. So they're going to come out pretty quickly. What I'm going to be using is Game Golf. So if you're unfamiliar with Game Golf, it's the little red tags you see on some YouTubers and some pros golf clubs, and they tag them on their belt essentially, and there's a reader on there. You then upload that online, and then it kind of keeps manage of all your online data. I don't use the tags anymore, but I do use it for the online data. I think it's a great tool to kind of identify areas in your game which need improvement, but also track your scores, track your yardages and things like that. So I'm a big advocate of this. I really like this system. I use it a lot. One of the great features about this is you can go on to, for example, Conwy, you can search for the golf club, and then you can have a look at all people's results that they've uploaded onto Game Golf. So I've looked at the last 6 months, got the best score that I can find, which the par of the course is 72. This score was 72, so maybe not the best way to play it, but it is certainly a scoreable way to play it. So the person I've chosen is a gentleman called Kevin Murphy. Kevin, if you're watching, thank you very much for uploading this so that I can have a look at it. If not, it's just a random guy online. So let's take a look. So this certainly isn't necessarily the perfect way to play it, like I say, but this is a par way to play it. So let's take a look. I don't think we're going to be from blues on the day. They have yellow, blue and white. I think I'm going to be off white. Blue's traditionally kept for pros and things like that. So I'm looking on the other screen, by the way. The screen that I will be looking at for the courses on this one, but I have 2 screens, so I'm looking on this one. I have the scorecard up on the screen. So I think I'm going to be from whites. I think he's played from yellows on the day, although I can't tell. Can I click here? No. No, challenge is not what I want. Scorecard doesn't actually tell me where he played from. I don't think. Not that I can see anyway. So we'll assume that he's played from yellows. I think he has, judging by the yardages and where the tee positions and things are. So I think I'm going to be from white, so it's slightly further, and that's what we're going to base it on. So first hole, he hit 6 iron, 190 yards. I think blue's going to be back here. Hopefully you can see my cursor. Blue's going to be back here somewhere. White's is going to be somewhere in here. So it's about another 20 yards. I've never played a links course, so this is going to be completely fresh and new. It's going to be difficult. Does his 6 iron go 190 yards, or does it go 180 and it's rolled on 10-15 yards? That's going to be my kind of tough one to gauge in the short term. So I'm going to have to live with it, I'm afraid. I've got 2, I've only played links once, and I've got 2 this weekend, so I'm going to have to learn pretty quickly. So something like a 4 or 5 iron from the whites, maybe even a hybrid 3, the hybrid 3 will come down a little bit softer. These kind of things will be dependent on wind on the day. Wind's going to be a massive factor in the links. In my opinion, it's going to be a massive factor in the links. So 4 or 5, maybe hybrid if the wind's not there. The idea then is to obviously leave yourself short these bunkers on the left, don't bring them into play. He only had 150 yards left after hitting the 6 iron, and the green looks fairly basic. When I say basic, I can only see it from a bird's eye view, but it looks like the 2 bunkers short are essentially just got to hit the green and you'll be okay. I'm going to rush through these holes quite quickly. I don't want to bore people too much and going through all nitty gritty on everything. If you want to see that, comment down below, and in future videos that I make I will go into a bit more detail on it. But for now, I'm just going to whip through them and try and get your advice as well as kind of get a feel for how the course is laid out. So if you do have any advice, like I said, I've never played a links course before, so any advice will be massively beneficial. Comment down below if you feel there's something that I'm missing, if you've played this course, if you feel that I need to know something in order to play a links course. Please, please, please comment down below. But for now, let's just go through them. So yeah, 4-5 iron off the tee, maybe a hybrid 3 depending on wind. I will be making notes on all this. I will be watching Rick and Pete's videos, anyone else that's done videos on this, and I will be doing as much detail as I can. Conwy's website does have flyovers, so I will be looking at that as well. Let's move on to the second. So second will play as a 150 yard par 4. It's going to vary obviously on the day based on flag position and tee position, but it looks to me basically don't miss right. If there's a pin short right around this area, just don't go for it, just go for the middle of the green. So in my eyes it looks like just go for the middle of the green pretty much at any point, unless it's this back right here, then I can go to clear all the bunkers and just land it in here. It's probably somewhere around 170. But for me, just keep it away from the right. So for me, being a fader, keep it up the left, just fade it into the middle of the green seems the most sensible. One thing that I'm going to struggle with is probably the par 3s. Par 3s in general aren't my strongest suit. With it being links, how is it going to react when it hits the green in the par 3? How much shorter am I going to have to leave it? You know, there's kind of all these things that I'm going to have to learn and have to learn quickly in the first few holes. The first 5-6 holes is basically on the day going to be damage limitation. If I can get a couple over or level par, I will be more than happy with that. It's going to be quite a task, but it is going to be, you know, something difficult, and I will be happy with that if I can get there. I'm planning to do a recap of this, so I'll game golf all the stats that I had, put myself under a little bit of pressure here, but I will recap all the holes, and I'll go through the shots that I played, the reasons why I played them, and then how I scored and what things I did well and what things I did wrong. So if you'd like to see that, comment down below. Just put a thumbs up or say yes, love to see the review. And like I say, any feedback, please comment. So third hole is a 340 yard par 4. So C is all down the right. He has hit a 1 iron off the tee. It's finished 224 yards away from where he hit it, and I'm guessing he's taken that to just avoid this bunker in the middle, so he's just hit something that goes straight through the middle. I suspect I'm going to be back here a little bit further, so for me it's maybe a 3-wood. My tendency with the 3-wood's a little bit of a fade, so I think there'll be no danger of me carrying this bunker, and the fade will leave it hopefully somewhere in here. Please comment if 3-wood's the wrong play because it'll run into these bunkers. Please comment. I don't think it will. I think it's going to just cover this bunker and run into this kind of area here. From there, the green looks somewhat straightforward from the bird's eye view. Keep stressing from the bird's eye view. I've not seen this green. Looks quite straightforward. Just go over the bunkers. These bunkers don't really seem a deterrent for the second shot. More of a stop people driving at it, basically. So, yeah. On to the fourth is a 400 yard par 4. He hit hybrid 3 230. This looks like quite an interesting hole. It looks like a hole that is designed to punish you unless you're big hitting. So what I mean by that is this heather all seems to be here, which is kind of taking 3-wood driver out of the play, because if you go offline you're going to be pretty much dead. But the layup is also littered with bunkers, so it seems a bit of a nasty hole, this one. If you're a big hitter, I can see that this would be somewhat of an easier hole, because you could just hit it into this area and you'd be safe either way. It's kind of difficult to gauge. Maybe driver is the play. He looked like he was pretty far back here. White's is more than likely in this area. He hit his driver, he hit his hybrid, sorry, 230. That's right on the edge. That's probably 40-50 yards in there. 280 yards. It is total, but I would have to be bouncing it somewhere in this region, and it would run through past the heather, I'm sure, with the roll of a links course, but I'd have to be accurate. I'd have to be very accurate. For me, I would be playing my bail shot, which would be hitting it all the way out here on the left and knowing that this is fading, because if I go down the middle and this fades, it's just not happening. So for me, this is going to be driver, possibly 3-wood. It's going to be difficult without actually seeing it. I'm going to recap this after watching Pete and Vic's video and really decide what did they do and then what am I going to do. all of this can change on the day, of course. When I get there, it's just as much mentally in my head. What do I see? Do I see this shot? Do I see the shot that I've written down, or do I feel confident enough to play another shot? I think it's at least a 3-wood. It takes these two bunkers out of play. Interestingly, he had hybrid 3 and then a 3-wood, and still didn't get there. So for me, I feel like I want to hit a driver. I don't really want to be leaving myself in a position where I'm still having to hit another 3-wood and still not getting there. So I'd rather take the risk on the driver, aim it up the left and just play my fade and hope it comes somewhere into this region here. Green seems somewhat protected, somewhat basic, sorry. Slight bunker back left, but there's plenty of opening to the front. Just go at it. 5th hole is the hardest hole on the course, stroke index 1. It is a 440 yard par 4. He hit a 4-iron 220, so again, I don't really know if this 4-iron is his 4-iron distance or if it's just the way that the links course rolls. I'm not sure if he is off. I think this is going to be reds here. Yellows, whites. I think he maybe mixing the tees up a bit, and then this is probably going to be blues. But he's at 4-iron 220. It's probably 250 to get to those bunkers. I think if I'm where he is, it's really difficult. 250 is, I have to be going in between those bunkers, and it's a long hole, so I feel like I need to hit my driver. But maybe not. Maybe I can put a 3-wood into this sort of area. He hit 7-iron 197. You know, I mean, I could hit 3-wood just before these bunkers and hit 6-iron and into the short, and it'll run up. It's kind of difficult to see without being there. Approach to the green, it's protected well front, so basically all I need to think about is make sure I take enough club to just take those bunkers out of play. I never really want to be taking a club that leaves it short. It's going to be very difficult if the pin's short here. If the pin's at the front, I'm going to have to be bouncing this short of the bunkers and hoping that I catch one properly and it goes through the avenue. So again, that's going to be something I'm going to need to look at on YouTube videos, and also the flyovers, as well as actually on the course, decide it myself. So 6 is a 180 yard par 3. Again, varies dependent on tee position and also on the green. Par 3s I tend to gonna brush over a little bit because it's very much for me or I feel on the day. How far is the distance on the day? How far, what does it feel like on the day? What's the wind like? All these things are on the day. It's very much an isolated thing. All I'm really looking at is there anything I need to avoid? So for this, all the dangers at the front with the 2 bunkers, just taking off club. If it's short, I have plenty of opportunity to land it short and roll it up. Based on the bird's eye view, there may be some sort of hill there that I can't see. So again, comment down below if you have any advice on any of these holes. Just comment the hole and then the advice that you would give. So comment hole 5, never hit a driver because it's absolutely ludicrous. I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to rush through these holes. I don't really want this video to go on for absolutely ages and bore people. This is more me just kind of quickly going over things and then hopefully getting your advice back and give me some advice on how to play some of these holes. So 7th hole is a 440 yard par 4, stroke index 5 with the seed on the left. This hole will suit me quite a lot. He hit his driver for the first time on this hole. It went 260. Guessing this is blue, or possibly an alternative tee. Whites could be a little bit further back. He may be off whites. It's quite difficult to tell. But for me, this suits me real lot. There's loads of space out to the left. When I say that, the whole ocean's out there, or the sea, I know it's all out there. But for me, that's great. I can hit it way out to the left. I know that my ball's going to come back towards the right. My miss is never left. It's always right. I can just take the left side out altogether. Touch wood, because if I come back after the review and say that I've left the ball in the sea on the 7th, then yeah, you'll know what happened. But generally everything goes right, so for me I can aim way down the left and just take these bunkers out of play by aiming enough left. Hopefully I'll get a decent roll and get across the path, and then approaching into the green, other than really long and wet, only short left it seems to be the problem, so that doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Moving on to 8. So again, he went driver again. I'm guessing he was downwind this one. He went 260 up 7 and 320 down 8, so I'm guessing wind was in his favour coming back down 8. Again, this is going to be a massive factor. Wind on the day is so difficult to judge links courses like this, not only because of the dips and hollows, but also the wind. Wind is the massive factor, so it'll be interesting to see what the wind is like on the day. So 8, driver, I can see why he's done that. Downwind, he's basically taken all of these bunkers out of play. Again, it's going to depend on the day. If wind's interface, maybe I can hit a driver short here or 3-wood here. If the wind's helping, I'm doing exactly what he's doing and going into this open space. Entering the green, it just seems protected from either side. Essentially just go through the gap. It's kind of difficult to say avoid this, avoid that when there's something both sides. So on to 9 is the first par 5 on the course. It's 525 yards. It's the second easiest hole on the course. He hit 3-wood, 120 yards, so I'm guessing he didn't hit that one as well as he would have liked. What would I have played? So he's hit at 280 to here, let's say. So maybe it's 250 to carry these bunkers. It's all going to be dependent on wind. If this is into wind, even if it's into wind or downwind, I suppose the only difference here is if it's crosswind. If it's downwind going up the hole, then I could quite easily take a drive up the left, fade it off, and it should clear these bunkers quite comfortably. If it's into wind, then it shouldn't be a problem. I can still hit driver and I'll just come up short of the bunkers. If it's crosswind, that's where it starts becoming an issue, because if it's coming off the left, then I need to aim so far left that I could end up in these bunkers. You know, it's kind of difficult. And if it's off the right, again, it'll probably play more like it's interface, because I'll be fading it into the wind and we'll stall it a little bit. So feel like a driver on this hole, but again, it'll depend on the day. Big danger here. This is obviously to stop people laying up in certain areas, so I will have to look at these on the videos and try and see if from say Rick and Pete's videos, whether I can see these bunkers to get a bushnell. One thing I'll also be doing is on my phone I can start playing this course and then start picking points, and it'll give me distances, almost creating like my own course guide, so I can work out, right, if I'm just short of these bunkers on these 3 here, how far is it to the next one, and I can kind of just make a mental note of this. So it's really useful for things like that. Yeah, more than likely a layup. I think, what did he have? He had from his third shot 130, 200, 240. So he had about 250 yards from this point here. Unless it's downwind and I've cleared these bunkers, I'm not going for this green ever, basically. His 4th shot was his gap wedge from 100. Oh, yeah, it's gap wedge from roughly 110, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Roughly 110 to the flag or middle of the green from these bunkers. So I'll be laying up more than likely, unless it's downwind, and just playing to play it as a 3-shot birdie rather than a 2-shot and causing myself more trouble. Green seems straightforward if I can just keep the ball in play. Green seems straightforward enough. Okay, on to the back 9. 10th, par 5 again. I'm guessing these run parallel to each other, so you're going up one and then back down the other. Seems to be what it is. So for him, this looks like it's going to have been downwind. It's a 1-iron, 200 yards. He's hit 540 yard par 5. Sorry. So he's hit a 1-iron down the middle. Okay, so this one seems like quite a straightforward par 5. Basically, there's a lot of danger right. So you got 3 bunkers as well as, Olive Gorse and Heather. And a bunker on the left as well, preventing you from going straight this way. Interestingly, if this is downwind, could I hit my driver over this corner and into this space? It's really difficult to kind of judge a course that you've never played, never seen. I've seen Rick and Pete do these videos, but I never actually watched the course vlogs. I've watched plenty of their other course vlogs, but I just never watched this Conwy one. Bit silly really, but I will be watching it before I go. So it'll be interesting to see, can I hit a driver into this kind of gap sort of thing here, or do I need to hit, he's hit a 1-iron, 200 yards, do I need to hit a hybrid 4-iron, you know, kind of into this side, this sort of area. If I get there, it doesn't seem long at all. So he's hit 200 yard 1-iron. Did he go from the backs? No, I don't think he was from the backs. I think he was from yellows here. So it'd be a little bit more. maybe I need to hit something about 230-ish, but then it's only going to leave me maybe 160 yards into a par 5. Yeah, this is a real birdie opportunity for me. This is just playing as a long par 4, and let's see if I can make an eagle here. Guarantee birdie. Green looks fairly open. All the layup area looks fairly open if I get into any sort of danger. Just front bunker left, which, you know, is easy enough to... I say easy enough. Don't say things like that. Should be easy enough to avoid. 11, 385 yard par 4. So yeah, he's coming off the fronts again now. He's not playing off yellows. I think this is going to be yellows, whites, blues probably back here somewhere. So I think he's playing off yellows there. He is driving on this one, 290. I think he's done that. This is possibly helping him again. And it just takes out these two bunkers. Again, it's going to be dependent on wind. If wind's straight into my face here, you know, I'll measure the distance to the bunkers, and if I feel that I can just hit my driver into it and it'll just come up short, then I'll do that. Possibly hit a 3-wood if the wind's kind of in the middle and I'm not sure if I can carry those bunkers. Just hit 3-wood up there. It's not going to be too much left in. I can't remember what the yardage was now. 385. If I hit a 230, 40, 50 yard 3-wood, you know, I've only got 130 in. It's just a little bit of a 9 or a wedge, so I'm not too worried about that. Green's protected on both sides twice, so this is a really difficult green. I don't like greens like this. It's difficult. You can't take enough club to get over it because left and right is still cause of trouble. And if the pin's at the front, it's very difficult to land this tight and close. So yeah, that one will be a difficult one. I've just got to hit a good shot basically. 12th hole is a 503 yard par 5. He hit his driver again, so 326 yards again. I think wind is assisting him here slightly. I think he's at the front. Yeah, so I think that's going to be yellows, whites, and then blues going to be back here. So I can see why he's done driver. If the wind is assisting him, he takes all these 3 bunkers out of play, and then it just leaves him a wedge in. Again, this is going to be dependent on what the wind conditions are like on the day. For me, looking at it, it looks like a driver to me. Down this left sort of area, I don't see it being an issue to clear this course with my driver even further back. But I should be hitting it over here, fading it off. This bunker's the thing that worries me. This does worry me. I suppose I could hit my driver at this bunker here, fade it off, knowing to clear this one in most scenarios. That's difficult. I could also do a 3-up laywood, a laywood, 3-wood layup to here. And then lay up again. The only negative to that is par 5 obviously is a nice opportunity to score. By laying up here, I essentially take my ability to eagle it out of play, and would be laying up on the next shot as well. So I would like to get my driver out here. You know, he left, he hit a driver and then pitching wedge into a par 5. That's the situation I would like to be in, but obviously it all depends on the day basically. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, going up into the green layup area looks like this could be in danger. So if I have laid up with a 3-wood, or if a driver's into wind and it's come up into this area, I need to be aware of this. I think if I hit a 3-wood or a driver into here, I would just hit my 3-wood again, knowing that this area looks fairly clear. Looks some sort of heather here and some sort of heather here, but if it's into wind and I've laid up to about here, I'm not expecting to get anywhere near this green, so I suspect to be in here, which is quite wide open. And then put it in. If not, driver, just play into the green, bunker right. Don't go anything on the right side basically. So 13th hole is a 175 yard par 3. As I mentioned before, par 3s are very much feel. The only things I need to be worried about are the 2 bunkers short left and short right. Just make sure to take enough club to get there. Also, this could be an opportunity. If the pin's at the front, I can land it short and roll it off. If the pin's at the middle, what's your advice there? Would you, as a links course, would you land it short and then roll it up even if the pin was in the middle, or would you just be throwing it the whole way? It's kind of difficult. I'm really looking forward to this course though. It's a links course. It looks like an absolute gorgeous links course, right on the oceans, right on the sea and the ocean. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this course a lot. So, on to 14 is a 500 yard par 5. There's quite a few par 5s on here, which is nice. It's very scoreable, and you've got an opportunity to score in plenty of places. So He hit 3 wood from what looks like one of the forward tees. I'm suspecting to be back here. 220 yards. I can see why he's done that with these bunkers. I think from where I'm going to be, it's going to be very difficult to cover these bunkers, so that's going to be a danger. It's danger for me at all points. It'll probably be from back here a 3 wood, knowing that I'm going to come short. One big danger for me is all this course on the right. I can't take the right side of the course out of play because I don't play. Well, it's not that I don't play, but I don't like to play the draw shot. And I certainly, in competition practice at this moment right now, I will not be playing a draw shot. So it's very difficult for me to take that right side of the course out of play. So it'll be a fade for me at these bunkers, and hoping, or not hoping, making sure that I don't go far enough right to lose the ball. So it'll be 3 wood. Did I say 3 wood or driver? 3 wood. It will be 3 wood, I think. Up the left, putting it into this sort of area, making sure I take this side of the course out of play by aiming far enough left. And then from there, what did he hit? He hit another 3 wood, 220, and just came up a little bit short. I think similar sort of play will be in order, really. I'm fully expecting these bunkers to be absolutely beautiful and in great condition, so I'll be hitting 3 wood, 3 wood, and if I end up absolutely flushing one and going in one of these bunkers, they'll be in good condition. I can get up and down. So yeah, 3 wood seems the play. If it's into wind or I don't feel confident hitting my 3 wood off the deck, then I can always play probably even like a 6 or a 7 into this sort of area, and then play from there. So I can play it as a 3 shot quite easily, but I'll be looking to play 3 wood, see how close I can get. 15 is a 150 yard par 3, again varies. All the dangers at the front, so just takes enough club to take all that out of play. 16 is a 360 yard par 4. Again, I think he's not quite played it as far back as it should be. Not should be, but I think I will be playing it as. I think I'll be playing from here, hopefully not from the blues. He hit 6 iron 175 and then a 7 iron in from there. He obviously didn't hit the 7 iron very well, but it was 150-ish with a 7 iron. Looks like quite a straightforward hole, although it does say it's stroke index 6, so that concerns me slightly. I'm assuming this space in here is going to be very, very narrow with gorse on both sides. So yeah, that'll be 3 wood hybrid for me, and then playing from there. 2 seconds. From there on to 17, 390 yard par 4. Stroke index 2, so this is going to be a very difficult finish. We've got stroke index 6 on 16, 2 on 17 and 8 on 18, so that's going to be a very difficult finish. So 17 is a 390 yard par 4. He hit 7 iron, 6 iron, a little bit short. Again, this seems very, very tight. Gorse on both sides, you're pretty much dead on either side, so I can see why he's hitting 6 iron in there. Hybrid 4 iron, 3 wood if I've been hitting it well. This is going to be dependent on the day, but I can very much see myself doing exactly what he's done, just pushing a 6 or 5 iron up there, trying to get a decent amount of distance and just keeping it in play. Very much on this course I can see, with all the heather and gorse and things, keep the ball in play and you will score. So yeah, I can definitely see myself doing something like this. He actually hit 7 iron off the tee, sorry, not 6 iron. So 7 iron, 6 iron here. So I can very much see myself doing something exactly the same. Approaching the green, it's protected both sides, but it's wide open from the front, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I can land anything short and just allow it to run up. Don't see too much trouble with that. I keep saying too much trouble. I'm going to be in so much trouble in the day. So 18 is a 375 yard par 4. Again, I don't think he's played it from the backs, but he's played it from there. I think I'm cutting the corner slightly. I can see myself hitting a 3 wood. I can hit my 3 wood at this little course push here, fade it off, and then leave myself in sort of this sort of area, maybe a little bit further up in here. And there's nothing to say about that green. Just hit the green. You protected left, protected right. Don't go short. So there's not much you can say about that. Just hit the green and make a score. So yeah. That's the Conwy golf course. If anyone that's unfamiliar with Conwy golf course, it's the north-west side of Wales. Absolutely beautiful course. Just YouTube it. and you will not be disappointed at all. Sorry if I've rushed through this video a little bit. I really didn't want it to go on for too long. I'm not sure how long it's been going now, but I think it's probably close to 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even longer. Please comment down below any feedback on Link's courses, on this course in particular, and please go over and check out my channel. There will be other videos coming up on there at Real Estate David's and Pressbury, so if you've played either of those courses, I would much appreciate any feedback or any pointers that you've got on those courses as well as this one. Please comment down below if you do have any feedback. Just comment the whole and what the feedback is, or links for an overall piece of advice. If you like this video, give it a like. Comment down below, do you want to see the review of this as well? I will be doing it. I will put the pressure on myself and I say I will do it. Unless the score's in the hundreds, then you can all get stuffed. I'm not putting that on. No, I'm kidding. I will do the review and I will show you the video. So stay tuned for that. Like I say, go and check out my channel. If you're not a subscriber, it's completely free to do so. Just click that red button down below. Give this video a like and I will catch you in the next video. Hi guys, Brett Parker here. I'll get into exactly what it is, but basically